Next question. What counts as disco for you? Village People counts as disco. Casey and the Sunshine Band counts as disco. Staying Alive by the Bee Gees counts as disco to me. Disco basically is dance music. It's a form of dance music. And you are going to have various mutations of it. Like I know that this is a bit of a weird analogy, but it's like the flu, you know? They call it disco fever, but the flu, for example, you have to get a flu shot every year because the virus mutates, but the flu is still the flu. Disco is a form of dance music. And there's a whole bunch of different styles of dance music, but it can all pretty much be grouped into similar ways. But disco's disco, you know? Like I said, it's stuff like Casey and the Sunshine Band, Village People. You can point at certain Bee Gees songs for that. Kool and the Gang. So yeah, a lot of it's in the 70s, but you can still find some good disco music nowadays. But I'm more of an old school sort of guy, so I'm going to point to a lot of older stuff. Next question. What is your favorite scent? Barbecue. I loves me the smell of some barbecue. Nothing like a good burger, or a chicken breast, or even some hot dogs on the barbecue. As far as desserts are concerned, a little bit of chocolate in there. I like caramel in my chocolate, but chocolate's got a good smell to it too. Well, are you honestly surprised I'm actually talking about smells of food? I have my own man boobs. Why do you think I don't have a girlfriend? Because I'm guaranteed boob on my own. Next question. Where in the world would you like to travel? I'm not much of a traveler. You know, it's like I'm one of those guys where I have what I need here at home. So I really am not that inclined to travel. If I were, I would basically want to go meet a lot of the people that I have met online. And there's actually people really all over the place. You know, I met a lot of people through a Bee Gees site that I would love to go meet. A lot of them are down in the States. A few of them are either in Australia or in Europe. So I would be inclined to go to maybe there. But yeah, you know, I would also like to, if I were to have the money, I would want to at least visit the provincial capitals of Canada. That would be an interesting trip. Maybe do a video like that where I'm going across to each province and film a few clips in each province. But yeah, that's if I would want to travel. Next question. Do you play newer games or do you only play classics? I generally stick to the classics. A lot of it has to do with the fact that I live in a basement suite and I don't have a lot of space. So, and like I really enjoy what I do have. You know, like the Final Fantasies, like 4, 6, 7, and like Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, and what I have, I like to hold on to unless I have to get rid of them. So, not that I'm against newer games. It's just what I have, I enjoy, and I also have other stuff that I like as well. As I've mentioned, I am a wrestling fan. I have a lot of wrestling DVDs, ranging like from the rise and fall of WCW the spectacular legacy of the AWA, ranging to, and also superstars like Jake Snake Roberts, Beth Hitman Hart, and a whole bunch of other DVDs along those lines. And let's face it, I gotta keep the props for my videos somewhere, right? So yeah, so some of it is space constraint, some of it is just me being happy with what I have. I think the newest game I have is Warcraft 3 on my laptop, so that's about it. As far as that's probably about the newest thing I have for games. Next question. Where do you record your videos? I'm recording this one at home. When I do the remix videos, I am filming at a bunch of parks. So far I've filmed at Deer Lake Park, Bear Creek Park, Stanley Park, Central Park, Queens Park, Holland Park. So yeah, this kind of ties into the previous question that I got from my coworker, or my former coworker. If I had a green screen, I would likely be able to do more in a studio, but like I said, that would be more about getting a green screen and making sure my software can use it all. But yeah, that's where I record my videos. So thank you for your questions. You were the second biggest contributor behind this next person from Twitter, Discolius. Yes, Discolius is on Twitter. And he asks me, what's your favorite of your videos? Let's see. Favorite one that I can take a look at that from different angles. My favorite one that I filmed was Chrono Remix Video 5. That was a lot of fun to film. Mainly because I knew, if you've seen it and you've heard the music, and that was one that I was actually excited when I heard it. It's hey, I can that's what I want to do a video on, and that one was a lot of fun especially to produce it, to get in and take a look at the editing and all that. But at that point, I already had gotten used to the various softwares that I have. I have 6 softwares now, but at that point I had 5, and I actually gotten a little more used to them. As far as responses, I was overwhelmed by the response to Chrono Remix Video 3 in particular. How the hell does that get 13,000 views? It's Chrono Remix Video 5 has not even 700 views, and that one, Chrono Remix Video 5 for me was far better in terms of quality and effects and actually me knowing what I'm doing. But Chrono Remix Video 3 has that was 2 softwares, and one of them was free, Windows Movie Maker. That's a horrible software. Just take a look back at my earlier videos from the first Final Fantasy remix video up until the 2 highlight reel videos, and still I was using it a little bit on Chrono Remix Video 3. So the response to Chrono Remix Video 3 was something that really took me back. How the hell does that happen? But yeah, I'd be inclined to look at my more recent ones as ones that I enjoy doing more. Let's see. Next question. What is your favorite software? Corel. Well, I tend to lean more towards Corel Video Studio Pro. The reason why I like that one so much is because of the amount of control that I have over the softwares, or rather the effects that I use. Like, for example, one of my more frequent effects is the lightning effect. So I can change the color to it, I can move it around, and basically a lot of the effects you get a lot of control over it, so you can go in and wiggle it around and decide how you want to use it. And I guess the next favorite one would be like the Magix effect. If you look back at the Final Fantasy Remix Video 3 one that I did last year, when you see the opening bit of like with all the poses that I do with the swords, and like that has a collage effect that when I first saw that one, I loved it. But it doesn't give me quite the control that Corel gives me over the various things like sand erosion, monochrome, and all that sort of things, and all those sort of effects. So that's why I prefer Corel the most. That's what I would look at as my favorite.